Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. So on today's video, I'm gonna make a video about my worst nightmare passengers experience when I was a cruise. So this is the video that you guys want me to do it, and then you guys want me to share my experience with you guys when I was a crew. So today is a day that I want to share with you guys. So without further ado, let's get right on to today's video. And before we get into today's video, I just want to say something, guys. If you already subscribed to my channel, I just want to say thank you so much for believing in my channel and watching me, enjoy me talking. So thank you so much, and just don't forget to hit the like button as well. So if you guys have any recommendation, any feedback, please do not hesitate to just leave your comment down below. And if you just bump into my channel, so thank you. My name is AFAN. So this is the channel that I just throw a bunch of videos which is random, and then you can get pretty much everything, all the information that you guys needed regards to like cabin crew or maybe cooking or any other stuff. You can go and check my channels out. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you will get the first notification whenever I posted a new video on my channel, and then you're gonna get the first view on my channel. So without further ado, let's jump on to this video. So I used to work as a cabin crew with Qatar Airways for 3 years, and then after 3 years my contract is finished. Terminated my contract, and then I don't want to pursue my contract anymore. Then I resigned from the company after 3 years, and then I moved to Brussels. But before that, I used to be with the customer service experience for like more than 5 years, and I gained a lot of experience and also gained a lot of all this experience with the customer service industry, basically. So I do have like a good training, like supervisor training, when I was in Malaysia. So they taught me a lot about how to deal with this kind of difficult passengers, we say. So you have to know how to tackle them, and also you have to know like how to treat them and how to control the situation. So I've been there in that position, which is a long time. So I know how to tackle a passenger's heart or maybe customer heart. I can guarantee you that I can tackle most of them. Alright, so on today's video, I want to share that experience that I've been through when I was a crew. So my first experience, my worst nightmare actually. So my first experience was okay, so this is kind of like a full flight, so I don't remember where destination was. And then since like all these passengers boarded the plane, and then in my zone, as I remember, I got one customer which is he's a frequent flyer, and also he's like with the family, like this people with the family, and then he's seated in the same row, whatever, all's there. So I assume that he might doesn't have any problem with like whatever. And then because he wasn't seated in my zone, so I have to go and then see him and greeting him, because if you as a cabin crew, if you got a frequent flyers, you have to go and greet them. So I went to him, okay, and then I came to him, and then with my widest smile that you ever see in my life, and then I went there and then I tried to greet them. And then this guy, okay, he's a family, right? So the husband is actually really like fuming, and then he started to like shout it at me. And then I just came there, and then with a smile, and then I was like, hi, well, how are you, like this. And then suddenly he just shouted at my face, right on my face, guys. So that time I was like lean forward a bit to just see his face, and then he shouted at me, and then he was like, he's not satisfied with the ground stuff. I think with the transit, whatever, that he got a problem. And then he started to express his anger to me. And then he was like, oh my, I'm not satisfied with ground stuff. Ground stuff is so rude. It's not helping me. And then I came on board. There's nobody, like assist me and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then he said, I don't want to talk to you. And then I said like, okay, I know that I don't want to escalate more problem on him. And then I tackled the situation, and then I said, first thing, you have to be a good listener, of course. And then I listened to him. I say like, you can tell me whatever your problem. I will try my best, I say, to sort it out for you, because I'm here to help you, I say. And then he started like, calm down, maybe like a bit, a tiny bit. And then he's like, He's told me all this story, like, oh, from ground staff, blah 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 blah. I was so angry, and then I was like, okay, let me get back to my supervisor. I said, and then I will talk to her. I said, let me dealing with her, and then I will come back to you. And then he was like, okay. And then I went to my supervisor, dealing with that situation, and then I said, like, okay, this passenger have this and this, and then how can we sort it out? And then that time my supervisor wasn't great. He was like very, I don't know, confused, like in different world. And then she was like, okay. And then I have to tell her. So I told her that I said, you know what, we can go to the cockpit and then tell the captain that captain might, can help us, to call ground staff and dealing with the situation, what kind of, solution that we can have. And then he said, okay. And then I came back to these passengers and then I said, like, okay, this is the solution that I can give it to you. I said, I can call the ground staff and I will try to deal with the captain to call the ground staff upon arrival to sort out your problem. So everything is going to be sorted for you. But let me confirm again, I say 100% sure that there will be ground staff upon arrival for you, I said. And then he started like, okay, you know what? He was so angry. He's like furious. You will never see. I think because some people can get really sensitive, and then also like ground stuff doesn't help either. So that is just gonna like top it up all this problem, and then like can kind of like put fuel on fire. And then after a while, after the flight, I told him I always come to him because I know he need attention. And then I said, like, you know what, I can offer you this drinks, I can offer you food, I can offer you anything. That's how you do a customer service recovery, if you got a problem. So you offer them, instead of telling like say no. If you don't have that thing, so you can offer other thing, so you keep offering. So that's what I did. So I offered this for this, offered this, and then at first he kept refusing because with your genuine smile and then with your sense of respect to him, he can feel you, like all his family can feel you actually like genuine want to help him. And then he started to eat whatever on the flight, blah blah blah, and then captain told my supervisor. My supervisor told me that okay, we sort out his problem, so we'll be ground staff upon arrival and everything sort out. And then I came back to him and then I said like, okay, you need to listen this. I managed to handle the whole situation for you, and there will be a ground self arrival for your transit, and then your baggage, everything will be taken care of. And then that's all help I can do. So I say like I hope you're gonna have like a very good journey transit. I try my best. I said. So he was so happy that time. He started to like cool him down a bit, like relax, and then he's actually enjoy his flight with his family. I know travel with the family, kids, it can be really hassle, guys. Can be really hectic because you have to deal with a lot of like peoples and then your family members. So I know. I put my situation on his shoes, so I know exactly how he felt. And then after the flight, I was in a galley, as I remember. And then he came to me actually before we land, like maybe 2 hours before we are busy preparing all this final food. And then he came to me, he said like, you know, uh, I apologize. He said he did apologize to me, and then he said like, I will shout out on your face. I know that is not good. It's very very disrespectful. He said, and then I just said to him, I said like, you know what, things happen. I said, because if you didn't tell me that I didn't know what is actually happened to you, so I don't want you to be upset. I want you to enjoy your experience, your flight, with your family. I know it could be like hectic with the families and all this stuff, but I'm here to help you. I said. And then he's like, okay, he started to come down, and then he's like, apologized to me, like for his behavior earlier. But then I said, like, it's not a problem. I said, so I'm here just to help you. I said, so that time, if I'm really like not mentally prepared for that situation scenario, I'll be pissed off. Like when somebody like really shouted on my face, like I will be like so f up. you know. So I don't want that thing happen, so I'm there to solve the whole situation. So I'm not there to put fuel on fire and to just like ignore his problem and then whatever. Very difficult passengers, like problematic passengers, I don't care what your problem. I'm not there to be like that, you know. I'm there actually to fix the whole situation. But there's some crew, I know there's some crew are very sensitive, and mostly like a very young age crew, like 22 or 20, like until 24. They are very, very sensitive. When somebody like attack them, they will be like so sensitive, they will be like so pissed off, and then they started to, you know, change their face to the angry face instead of helping face. And then they started to like have like attitude. All this body language will change definitely, because the most important thing is your brain, because your brain telling your body like what you should do. Because if your brain telling you like all this negativity and all this like attitude, and your body language will show up to them, and then they will feel the same. So that's what I'm saying. So because when the passenger is attacking you, like okay, they're being so angry to you, they're actually not attacking you, they're attacking the company. So they're not satisfied with the company service. So they're not, they're not personally attack you, you know, that they don't say like, oh my god, you're ugly and you shit, you know, they don't say that, but they actually attack the company. So we want to give a good experience to the passengers, especially on the plane, long flight. You know, you just want to get comfortable. So that is the most important thing. Like, you know, just, you know, relax and then try to calm down and then start to think what is the solution for them. Okay, what can you do best for them? You know, if you cannot do anything, so you can offer them something, you know, give them something. You know, I know there's a lot of people going to say that you cannot, like, oh, you cannot do that to the passenger, they were going to step on your head. But I think it depends on the situation and depends on how you're dealing with the problem. Because I believe I've seen a lot. There's some crew are very attitude, are very offensive. So I've seen that. So yeah, it is happened. I know it is happened. To find one and only, maybe two and only, to have like this kind of mentality is so difficult. But I'm just telling you. Alright, so that is my first experience. And then the second experience, that was like in a wide body aircraft. So, and then the second experience was like small body aircraft. Can you imagine, like a 320, I think. And then that was like a short haul flight, I think, around like 2 or 3 hours flight. I remember that the flight is full, you know, like 320. If you're not working so hard about all this customer baggage and all this stuff, and there's some people like carry like too many baggage. I don't know what they carry, like maybe the chicken, the swan, or whatever, the elephant, whatever they carry in the bag, and they want to put everything on the overhead bin. So 320 is a hassle if you don't, you know, control the whole situation in the beginning of the flight during their boarding. So the whole thing is going to be mess. So I did my best. So I control my zone. Okay, all this bag, huge bag, this here. And then there's one customer, and then you know, came to me. Okay, 320, full service airline. You don't have any storage, so you have to put all the bread, the kitchen equipments, and all the stuff in the overhead bin. You know, on the last 3 rows or 2 rows seat. So when customer boarded, and this particular customers, these passengers, he started to like take all the way all this bread and all this thing from the overhead bin and put on the floor. And then I said to him, I said like, I'm so sorry sir, you cannot put all this thing on the floor. I say, it's a bread, it's a food, I said. And then he said, I want to put my bag on top of my head. He said, I don't care, I don't want to put my bag, because we'll still got some space like at the forward, right? And then he doesn't want to put his bag there, so he want to put his bag right above his head, he said. And then I said, sir, did you see that we cannot put your bag above your head? You know, the reality is you can see the overhead bin is fully shit. And then he's like, no, I want to put my bag here. I want to put my bag here. I want to put my bag here. He doesn't care. And then I said, sir, I said, if you don't want to, you know, like tolerate with all this thing, I have to call my supervisor, and my supervisor had to come and see you, and then they would deal with you. If we need to offload your bag, so we have to offload your bag. And then he was like, okay, no, I want to put my bag here, I don't care. And then he started to like take all this stuff down. And then that time I was not angry because why should I be angry? You know, I know that's not my stuff, but I know it has to be there, you know? And then he was like, no, I went, okay, sir, I don't mind. You can take all this thing off if you want, but I need to go and see my supervisor and talk to her about your situation. And then he's like, you go talk. Oh, he's very attitude, guys. You couldn't imagine. He was like, go, you go talk to her. You go, you know, it's like this. And I was like, whatever. And then I went to my supervisor, talked to her, and then my supervisor came to him, and then he said like, okay, you cannot put this foot on the floor. You cannot take this down. You have to put your back wherever available at the forward. And then you know you cannot just, you cannot. That is a full stop. You cannot. Okay. And then he was like, no, I didn't put foot on the floor. I didn't put it on the floor. I put on the seat. And then, this guy, he started to point a blame on me. And then I was like, I said, excuse me, I said, I didn't put a foot on the floor. You're the one who did that, I said, because I told you whatever the solution. I said, we can put your back at the forward, but you refused. And then you started to take this stuff down. And then now you put a blame on me, I said. That is not fair, I said. And then he's like, no, I want to put my back. And then the ground staff and then the supervisor went to the ground staff, and the ground staff came to him, and the ground staff said that if you don't want to put your stuff, you don't want to cooperate with the crew members on the plane, you have to leave this flight and catch another flight. That's what ground staff told me. And then I said, sir, I said, believe me, I said, your bag is safe there. I said, you can just put your bag there. There's not a problem. I will look after your bag. I said, I'm gonna be here all the time. I said. And then he's like, no. And then after a while, and then after the ground staff left, and then after a while, he might like, you know, have a like rational thinking, I think. And then he started to say like, okay, you know what, I'll put my bag at the front. And then he started put his bag at the front, and then I took all the stuff back up and then storage it at. And then after a while, you know, he's kind of like not in the good mood, of course, because he have to follow our order. And then after that, I remember when we're serving a food and then he doesn't want to eat anything, neither his wife as well. So he traveled with the family. And then he actually came all the way from the US. So he got a very ultra long haul flight. So I know how tired it can be sitting on the plane seat for such a long flight, like 14 hours flight. So when I was busy in the galley, so I did came to him. I offer him, if you want to eat, whatever time I say you need it. I say, I know this is not service on demand, but this is my courtesy. I say, if you want to eat, if you want to drink, whatever time, your family, let me know. You can get some rest. I say, get some rest, relax. I say, I will give you food later on. That's what I did. You know, like I still came to him because for me, he didn't take, you know, I didn't take that personally, you know. And then he was like, all right, okay, man. So after like 1 or 2 hours flight, and then he want to eat, and then we served them everything full tray on the table. And then his stuff, maybe he's so angry because he didn't eat anything. And then he came to the galley, you know, when he want to give back all this tray. He came to the galley and he tapped my shoulder. Can you imagine? He was like from behind, and then he just put like his hand here. And then I still remember nowadays. I still remember until now all this experience. Like he's apologized to me. He said like, I am so sorry that I didn't do whatever you said. And then basically he tried to be rude to me. You know, he was so rude. He was so absolutely rude, unbelievably rude that you couldn't imagine. And then I said, it's fine. I said, there's nothing to apologize for because I know your whole situation. And then I started to ask him, you know, like, why did you want to put your back, you know, above your head? And then he said that from his previous flight, that you know, when he put his bag somewhere else, it's a wide body aircraft, guys. If you travel a 14 hours and a half flight from the US, it's a wide body aircraft. There's no way it's a narrow body aircraft. And then he said like, oh, my daughter opened up the overhead bin and then things keep falling down and then hit, you know, his daughter's head. And then I was like, that's weird, it's very strange story. And then I say like, it cannot be on the same flight. I say it cannot be in this aircraft, it should be a wider body aircraft, and there's would be more space wide body aircraft. And then he's like, yeah, I'm so sorry for that, because that experience to me, and then I don't want that to happen again on this flight. That's why I want to put all my bag above my head, he said. And then I said, yes, I know, sir, but because you came from wide body aircraft, it's totally different, and then you came here to the small body aircraft, it's absolutely different, because the storage wise is very limited. And then explain it to him, so he's actually got a bad experience as well before. And then he started to escalate all this problem that he had, and then moving forward to my flight, and then I'm the one who have to deal with the situation. So yeah, so that is kind of like difficult situation that I have ever encountered in my life, because I know, like, behind all this, like, human being face, I know deep down in their heart they're still a good person. It's just because of the situation raised up, and then because of, like, things doesn't go as what they plan, and the anger gonna escalate, and then will go to different level. So yeah, so and then I understand, totally understand that when you travel on the plane with the different kind of atmosphere, things that doesn't work out as you what you want, you gonna get angry. You're gonna get like grumpy. When you get grumpy, and then stuff roots, and then you know no one's gonna help you. It's gonna be more grumpy. When grumpy and escalate to next grumpy, is gonna be really f up. So yeah, that's my experience that I want to share with you guys, because I've seen a lot of new crew actually like get very sensitive. They all like, okay, don't talk to me like that, because don't talk to me, because it's actually not attack you personally, but they are actually, you are, like, we are telling story about the whole airline, because if you bad, if okay, if I go to like certain airline, if their service is shit, and I will tell the same story to my friend that do not travel with this airline because they have a bad service. So instead of, you might thinking like, we just like, we just miss one passenger, it's fine, it doesn't cost any much money. But from one passengers to another friend, to another group of friend can be a huge grouping tour group. If can you imagine how much money you can lose on that group? If you got a tour, if they say like, okay, I don't want to travel to this airline because the customer service is bad, you're gonna lose a lot of profit on that. So from one can become 1,000, or it can become 50 at least. So this 50 is vital for customer service industry, because it is very, very profitable. So yeah, so that's what I just want to say, that people are so sensitive nowadays. And also, there's some people are very not professional when they come to work. They're being lazy. They just be like, you know what, whatever, I just do this flight, I don't like this flight, I don't like this destination, I don't want to do it, whatever, you guys do it. You guys can work hard, I'm not going to work hard, I'm going to just lay down on the galley and then just chill myself with the orange juice. You will see this kind of crew that it's actually happened mostly like this young generation, which is like 20 something generation. This generation is very difficult to handle. They are very offensive, they are very furious, they are very very attitude, this. But if you see like there's more to like, all these 90s kids, they are more like tolerable, they're more relaxed, they're more calm, genuine basically. But I'm not saying like everybody's like that. I'm just saying like the majority that I'm dealing with on board on the plane, that they are like that. So before, I'm just gonna give you guys advice. So before you go to any other flights or whatever, so you have to put your mindset up. Put your mindset up, and then saying that, okay, this is going to be a good flight. So, and then put all this information on your head. You don't mix up your personal problem and with your job, because that one gonna make things worse. You have to enjoy with the crew on board on the plane. So yeah, that's what basically I did, and then that's all the advice that I can give it to you guys, because I've seen a lot of this thing happen. And then to say that crew actually doesn't know how to handle the situation, because the training that they have given is actually good, but it's not as good as I had before. So I think they could improvise more on the training, and then the way they're dealing with the passengers, because I've seen a lot and it doesn't help at all. Okay, so and also communication wise, communication, they don't know how to communicate. The choice of word they're using, not good at all. And then the body language is not good, the way they present themselves is not good. Guys, if you have a problem, okay, I'm gonna tell you my story. When I was training as a supervisor, so if you got a problem, right, a passengers or customers problem, and then they taught us, they said like, okay, if you got very angry passengers, so you have to groom yourself, you know, you have to go to the toilet, groom yourself, put some spray, put some, like, you know, perfume or fragrance to make you smells good, and then you go approach them with your body language, very confident, the way you're walking, the way you look at them, the stare of the eyes, the smile, the everything, they're gonna fear you, you know. So you don't have that, they don't have that, you know. And sometimes crew, you know, doesn't wash their uniform, and then doesn't want to wash uniform, and then smells so bad, and then they just comes to the passengers with lack of communication, choice of word is really bad, and then they're like, yeah. That will escalate all this problem. Of course, definitely, I said, be a good listener. Okay, listen to their problem. Then while you listen, you know, in your mind, you start to think like, okay, what kind of solution that I could give it to him, you know. Okay, let's think. You have to think very quick, you know, because you have to sort out the problem, because you got lots of passengers might actually have a problem as well, but to this particular passengers, you have to think very quick. And then solution, what kind of solution? Okay, and then if you got solution, go back, okay, let it cool down, you know, be out of the space, go somewhere else, just pretending like you're so busy, or you're so busy sort out the problem, and then come back to that, reduce the situations, and then give any advice or offer something to him. If you cannot sort out the problem, offer something, offer this, so they can see the effort that you put to, you know, like escalate the problem is huge, you know, and they will like calm down a bit, and they can like relax a bit. So this is basically a trick and also tips that you guys should have if you want to be in the customer service industry. It doesn't mean like has to be crew, it can be you know, restaurant, it can be hotel, it can be anything, guys. So you just know how to tackle this situation, you know. Be clever and then be brilliant, you know, because you are the one who facing all these passengers. You are the front forward face for the certain company in customer service industry. Okay, it's not your CEO, it's not your, you know, CEO assistant or whatever. It's not them. They are running, they're investing money, so you are the one who actually work for them. So put some effort, do some research, read more books, how to you know, tackle this situation, you know, and then do have like all this motivation book. Have this, you know, put a lot of input on your mind, so then you know what you're dealing with. You know, that's all my experience that I want to share with you guys, and some tips that I just want to share with you guys today. Alright guys, so that's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys got something from today's video. I just want to wrap up this video very quickly because I think it's too long. Alright, I think you guys got some, you know, like tips and tricks. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoy and have a good lovely weekend. And then if you got any recommendation, and please do not hesitate, just leave your comment down below for my next video. You guys can do whatever you want, just leave the comment, and also just hit the like button as well before you leave this channel, so I know what kind of video you like it. And then I will see you guys next time. Please be safe, guys, and also try to reduce amount of plastic that you guys using in this planet. So I know it's very random to say this, but I just want to say that I just want to spread this all over the world. I just want to say that please reduce it. If you got your own bag, please do carry your own bag. If you don't have, please just carry a basket, whatever. Just try to reduce a plastic that we use. All right, okay, so thank you for watching this channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.